am. Just
Okay,
want to
so-
keep a picture of my
Max, here's the
pretty
deal.
face.
One thing you need to stop and tell me. We're safe.
We're safe.
Dry. And
We're
we have
dry.
power.
And there is power here.
All right.
Much to be grateful for.
Lots to be grateful for.
And how much money?
Okay. Oh, how is your day, Matthew?
You know what? I need to write you a note.
Very I've been inside all today because there's something like a hurricane outside.
A little bit of a hurricane.
It's just a Scotia one. I mean, it's not like Katrina, but it's like it's a category 2.
And you do not know what Katrina looks like.
No.
Nothing category 2 at this point.
Yep. That is
Wow.
my understanding.
That's nuts.
Those Girl Scouts.
Nah.
All right. I've been making this new PDF about memory.
Oh, who needs to remember that? That's true.
You, by
No.
chance, you remember the movie Happy Gilmore, right?
It's a good movie. Very stupid movie, but good movie.
It's a good movie. And in one of the scenes, do you remember when he talks to his Chubbs? I can't remember the guy's name, the black guy.
Name's Chubb.
Chubbs, right?
Yeah.
And
No, just Chubb.
Chubbs is talking to him, and he says, "You know what, Happy? You need to go to your happy place."
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
So what's incredible about that is that's the same concept and idea that you can use in your own mind, in your own brain. So I want you to think this isn't just a joke. This actually works with your brain because you laugh. I can go, my brain isn't going to know the difference between something that is imagined in my mind or something that's real. That's why you laugh.
At one point in time, that was not false.
What's that?
At one point in time, that was not false. But now that has been a while. It's been a while since that has been eligible.
Well, you see, like even when you smile, like if you make a smile, that produces even a fake smile, right? Look, that's gonna produce a different set of brain chemicals than if you were like, "Rah," and angry about everything. So
Does that mean the wrestling coaches I had in my past that yelled all 2.5 hours for practice, they had trouble not being hyped up or on steroids?
Or happy.
stress, like unequivocal amounts of stress. So what I want you to start doing is start going to your happy place and think about what are the things in your happy place? What are the things that you smell? What are the things that you hear?
No. Oh, I can't. I've lost the sense of my nose ever since I earned my TBM.
Okay, not smell, because smell isn't that important. Let's think about the things that you're going to see, the things that you're going to hear. You don't have to tell me because it's your happy place, right?
Sure.
Just like Happy Gilmore, he was thinking about his grandma winning the lottery. He thought about his girlfriend in a bikini, and then he thought about, I think it was a midget or something like that, right? So like this is your happy place. It's not for me to tell you what your happy place is, but the more that you practice that, you saw what it did to Happy Gilmore. It made him really happy, and he was able to concentrate. And Shooter McGavin was no longer irritating him. Right, he couldn't get under his skin after that. So the same thing applies to you. So what I want you to do is to close your eyes
They're closed.
And now just you don't have to tell me once again, but just imagine what your happy place looks like. And maybe take a deep breath in.
I, I don't believe it's a happy place, more of a happy thing that's going to happen in the future.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Whatever. It's not really judging what comes up. It's just like, okay, this is how incredibly powerful my mind is that
When I get to open the letter from the government saying, "Here's your driver's license, don't kill anybody."
exactly. Now think about that again and again and again and again and again. And what I found, what was so interesting about that is that these things start showing up in my life. It's kind of like my brain directed me, or however you want to think about it spiritually, that it's helping direct me towards that. It doesn't happen in one night, like, but these things start to show up more in your life. And it may not happen exactly how you imagined it in your mind, but there's something called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short, a little area in our brainstem. And essentially, when you're driving down the street and you're thinking about, oh, okay, I would like uh, a red Volkswagen. Let's just say a red Volkswagen. Like I really wanted to buy that. And then all of a sudden I'm driving down the road and then I start to see red Volkswagens pop up all over the place. And
Did you want a red Volkswagen?
no, this is just an example. I've never had a red Volkswagen, but let's imagine what's your dream car if you have one?
A Lamborghini,
Or what color?
metallic colored,
Okay.
so it doesn't have a color. It's got multiple colors and can go really fucking fast.
So that's the amazing thing, is that let's just say that that was your dream car, and all of a sudden you just suddenly had a lot of money and getting closer to be able to afford that. All of a sudden you'd start seeing
Lamborghini show up.
exactly that's just an example of how our minds work. So that shows you how important it is what you concentrate and put your attention on throughout the day.
Yes.
And so this is why the happy place thing works. So 5 to 10 minutes a day, maybe in the morning right before you start your day. It's like, what is that? And even the better if it's something in the future, you could say, okay, I imagine my keys. I could imagine holding them, what that would feel like. And most importantly, what is the feeling that I get from that?
Mr. Brody,
Yes.
Dr. Brody. Um, the day I re-earn my driver's license, man, take you around the world, like Italy.
Yeah, I think his wife would like him back sooner than that.
Maybe I'd meet her too.
So,
Yeah,
Win
that absolutely. I am 100% good with that.
I mean, we'd be
As long
gone
as
for.
it's a tax write-off. So
Well, it would be kind of hopping over a few borders, I would suppose, without the country know we're in the country.
mhm.
Yeah.
You
What?
know, I'm not gonna complain if that's the case.
I graduated high school with a case. So his name was Braden. He was kind of a not a fun person to know.
But yeah, so I just wanted to explain that that stuff works. Like Chubbs was right. And this is how we focus. What's in our mind matters. What we put into our mind matters. The music we listen to, the people that we listen to, the podcasts, you're listening to me right now. But you don't have to take my word for it. This is proven brain science. It's not just some cute, funny thing that I'm making up. Uh, so the same thing works that when, let's just imagine we get up in the morning and we visualize what we want our ideal day to look like. I call it a wonderful day design. So what does a wonderful day look like to you? A wonderful day in the life.
Some big hairy guy in an office saying, "Here's your driver's license. If you kill somebody, you better be dead because otherwise you're going to a hospital or a jail time, jail block forever in a day."
Yes. Yes. And I visualize countless times of me getting better and just being able to one example of this, I'll tell you a perfect example. So when I had a really bad brain injury, I developed something that's called chronic neuropathy. So basically chronic neuropathy is
chronic doesn't that mean in your brain?
No. So neuropathy means nerves. So I had chronic nerve pain in my forearms. And it was so bad that I couldn't even do a simple push-up, like without lots of intense pain going through my forearms. But once I learned how the mind works, I started to visualize the day that I was going to go back to the gym. So I just imagined in my mind myself being able to do a bench press at the gym. So I every day I kind of visualized what that would look like. And sooner or later, maybe 2 or 3 months, 3 or 4 months after that, or it might have been 6, I can't remember. I found myself back in the gym doing bench pressing, just like
I like doing bench pressing, but I hated doing push-ups, sit-ups, planks.
Yeah. So this is how powerful our mind is, and the thing is they've done science on this, which is incredible. That when you do, they had a group come in, and they were doing bicep curls like regular, right? And then they had another group go ahead and imagine that they were doing bicep curls, and they would tell themselves harder, faster, stronger. They would tell those words as they were visualizing that they were doing that. And what they found out was the group, of course, that was doing the biceps curls, their biceps actually grew. But then they found out that the people that were visualizing that their biceps grew by 10 to 15% on the amount of time that they did that.
Wow.
The people at the gym still grew their biceps by a lot more, but it shows you that how strong the mind-body connection is right there.
Yes.
So this is why it's use your mind or lose it. This is use it or lose it phenomena. So who do you want to become? Who do you not want to become? Again and again.
I would like to become like my brother Ryan. I would like to not become like my father Randall. Oh, you still there?
So you would like to become like your brother Ryan, you said, right?
Yes, and not like my father Randall.
Okay, so that's negative.
One,
just say, I want, okay, and be like Steve. I mean, Steve is very comfortable.
Yes, ma'am.
He has a lovely home.
Yes.
You know.
In Kansas.
So what are the attributes that you admire?
He's always smart.
Always smart.
My brother, yeah, I mean, other than maybe he was in first or kindergarten, preschool, he was not quite up there with being
Well,
smart.
who's
But
a
after that,
kindergartner? Give me a break.
he was always kind of like jack of the box at knowing everything.
Okay, so smart in what way exactly?
Um, you know what the perfect IQ score is?
Yes.
He was like that, like times two, maybe three or 10.
Well,
Let's compare.
okay, so the attributes, why don't you list attributes of it?
He always had very good grades.
Okay,
always.
well, you've always had very good grades, but you also,
There was a semester during university where
well, but you were more worried about what people thought of you versus
what
about
teachers?
just doing your job,
Yes.
you know.
Well, yeah. You're that's what I call book smart. There's two types of intelligence. So there's
Read smart and book smart.
IQ, book smart, right? Just incredible cognitive smart. But then there's emotional intelligence. So people, that's the kind of people like Elon Musk, perfect example. Extremely book smart, not quite as emotionally intelligent.
I would say Ryan's emotionally intelligent. He's pretty,
He's kind of around the book smart.
well, no, he's very emotionally, I mean, anybody who can get it, he has managed not only your injury, but get through school, get through your school, college, university, going out to DC,
Yes.
going through med school, and now he's a resident. So, I
Good
mean,
for him.
yeah,
Good for him.
and got married. I mean, when I talked to him this afternoon, he was checking in on us. An emotionally intelligent person is going to check in on people, you know, because they care. Somebody who is not emotionally intelligent is not gonna really, I mean, no, they're not, yeah. And he makes it a habit and a point to call us as he's leaving the hospital.
Yes.
Always. And if we were to call him in the middle of the night, he would answer that phone because it's tough. So Brian is polite, so
Very
is
polite.
Steve.
Yes.
Both are very, very have a sense of duty.
Yes.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They may not like what we do or say, but they will allow us to make our choices.
Yes.
Okay. And so that's again another level of being emotionally intelligent is it's not about what they think is the right way to go. They will sit down and listen. Both of them will. Allison as well will sit down and listen as to what you want to do. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
they will try and help you with that goal, or they will tell you, let's figure out maybe a easier goal that will help you get to your goal. Okay. And then again, that's emotionally intelligent. Now, are they two different? Ryan's very formal. Steve is not. He'll wander around in a Hawaiian shirt and jeans and Crocs. Crocs is what he likes to wear.
Yeah.
Ryan, he's got leathers on. He's got, you know,
He's more formal.
He's very much more formal. That's how they're different. So both of your brothers are. Again, if you needed them or if I needed them, they would be there in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Yep.
So.
So what? Okay. So we're identifying who you want to become, right? And it's great to emulate other people. And once again, we become who we're surrounded by. So pick your friend group very carefully, and be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with as well. When it comes to being smart, what are some daily actions that you can do to become smarter?
Is that book smart or street smart?
Uh, I would say book
I would-
smart. What are some daily things you can do to become smarter?
Um, study how to become emotionally intelligent, more emotionally intelligent.
Okay, so you said study, so that would smart people study, right? Smart people learn.
Well, no, smart people. Well, people who are street smart don't study that. They learn through failure.
Exactly. So it's good to be a combination, learning through uh your mistakes or learning through your uh lessons learned the hard way, right? So what else is it that you admire in someone besides being smart?
Uh, theme parks.
Okay, so you need to stay on topic.
He asked me, and I told him. So, F off.
No, okay, so that's not emotional.
These things are changeable once again because you're talking to somebody who definitely was not very emotionally intelligent in the past, but and definitely not book smart. But these are things that can be retrained because uh I was a college dropout and now I'm reading consistently scientific literature, which is
How many colleges have you gone to, Mr. Birdie?
I went to UNC Charlotte to start. I went to Appalachian State. I I went to the University of North Carolina in Asheville.
Oh, we love Asheville.
I've been way more than I care to admit. I've been to community colleges. Yeah, there's been a lot, but
Wow.
I really the point is we can't compare ourselves to anybody but us. We have to compare ourselves to who we were yesterday, because otherwise we're gonna end up disappointed and upset.
I have
And
trouble with that, Mr.
what's that?
Doctor. So I have trouble with that. I have trouble remembering yesterday or 5 minutes ago.
Well, you know what?
You know,
Okay, so emotionally intelligence, it's like, okay, when we got home today, you were hungry. We went to have hyperbaric without breakfast this
Yes.
morning. And I said, all right, I'll split you the duties. You unload the dishwasher and I will make us breakfast. And so we had a late breakfast.
yes.
Um, yeah, and I don't know where the plate is. Hopefully it's down here, but part, huh? No, that was your snack.
Yeah.
The breakfast sandwich that
Oh
I
yeah,
made for
I
you,
ate that.
is it upstairs?
I ate
Okay, well, that would be a thing, that would be the next emotionally smart thing to do,
that. Mhm.
is to take it and bring it down here and scrub it off and set it close to the dishwasher so we know it needs to go in,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
Well, so it's staying laser focused on where you want to go. So you have that goal of getting your license back. Continuously stay focused to that process and that goal and that desire and that uh but it's not only visualizing your happy place and going there, it's taking the actions that you need to get you closer to that every single day. So what are some of the things to get you closer to that? Well, you're doing the hyperbaric chamber, you're uh doing different exercises, cognitive exercises and memory exercises. You're exercising your body, you're on the bike, you're eating healthy. Each of these are the steps to take, right? It's quite simple when you think about it. Like, okay, is this going to get me closer to that, or is this going to pull me in the opposite direction? So there should be a little bit of clarity there on what are the things, and the more that you visualize that, the more clear that your pathway is going to be. It's kind of like when you had a brain injury, it's a dark tunnel. There's no clarity. You don't know where to go. Go ahead, Matt.
I didn't have a brain injury, I just about died.
You said you died.
I just about died.
Yeah. So even more valid in that sense is that you were in this dark tunnel, but even as dark as it got, there's still light.
That little bit of life in the tunnel that you keep racing towards.
Right. And so now each step you take, every single little action and micro habit, every thought, every emotion, it all adds up. So and it's good because this is starting, we're repeating this information. It's kind of repetitive, but it's starting to get through. I can see that in you. I can see that right here. Like what I'm saying is starting to resonate with you more. But once again, I can take you to the door like of recovery. I can tell you what it actually takes to get where you want to go, but I can't walk through that door for you. So it's when I'm not here, it's 100%. The ball is in your court that you have to, okay, is this action going to take me closer to getting my driver's license, or is it going to take me farther away?
For sure.
Interesting thing is that we've not, just because of Hurricane Prep and things of that nature, he sat down, got up, obviously took an early nap. And I said, dude, you've not written down what you're grateful for the last 2 days, and we got to get that done. And he was really struggling as to what he was grateful for.
Yes.
In a way, that's tough. It's sad. He's not used to writing
Right.
things, and I get that. On the flip side, it's something it's a not duty. What's the word? Discipline.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something very much that Matthew has to learn is discipline.
Right. And that's cool because discipline is something that we build. It's not necessarily something that just shows up magically one day. It's something.
Well, it changes the brain, does it not?
It absolutely does. Yeah.
It's like just starting karate and going from white belt to black belt. You have to go through all the
It's
colors.
just a good habit.
Yeah, discipline.
And then once you get to black belt, you can go past that and go to black red belt.
The thing is about discipline is that it gives us freedom. We would think that discipline is
mundane,
boring, and terrible, but either we have structure to our life. It's not like we're punishing ourselves. We're actually helping ourselves through the discipline. And once again, I was the least disciplined person that you could ever think of. I was 195 pounds. I'm 155 now. I was on drugs, on alcohol. That was the only discipline I had was that. Was my impulsiveness, was the crazy behaviors that I used to have. But it's something, neuroplasticity is discipline because it's the repetition of what you do over and over and over and over again. Kind of like Michael Jordan. He got so good at shooting free throws that he was able to do it with his eyes closed. Because how many free throws did he practice? A bazillion before he got
octillion.
Octillion. Exactly. So whatever that is, like breathing can be your discipline. It can be exercise. It can be, it's something that you don't really feel like doing, but you do it anyway. Motivation is bullshit. Like motivation is complete and utter BS because
Is it a bachelor's of science or is it actually a little bit cow crap?
yeah, but motivation is not the answer because okay, I could feel motivated one day when I'm gonna exercise and other days I don't feel motivated, right? But just going through and doing that, even though you don't feel like it, is the way that it becomes a
Um,
motivation.
I've got, yeah, it's
Okay,
plugged in.
done. Okay, no. Don't use that.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
already,
wait, there we go. No,
I
we're
don't
good to
know
go.
why you would use that.
Because it's right there. I didn't see
Okay,
it.
so that's lame.
Whoa.
So this is what I've been doing lately. If you can see
What-
my screen.
What is this about?
This is about 11 science-based memory exercises. So I talked about the happy place visualization, yeah.
Okay.
So
Is it touching the orange stuff that's probably going to be hot?
what's
If it's
that?
touching the metal stuff that's orange, it's going to be hot and scald you rather than just burn you. It's going to.
Oh no, that was about the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind that really dictates who we are. So I've spoken about repetition and discipline. Just you can repeat, you can put in discipline there, just so you know what I'm talking about. The discipline to repeat things again and again and again. We spoke about movement and how important that is. We've talked about breathing, the breathing exercises we do, and having the discipline to do that. We haven't really gotten into mindfulness meditation yet, or meditation in general, but you said that you're open to that, which is a really good start. And we haven't spoken about 40 hertz frequency. These are like more advanced tools. But today,
Is it day after yesterday for tomorrow?
Matt,
2 days after. 2 days.
and then once again, it's who do I want to be, who do I not want to be, and I can tell you, the more you ask yourself that question, the more clear it's going to become, and the more it's the same thing with visualization and the happy place. The more that you repeat that, the easier it is to bring up these images and strengthen your mind. Let's see. Okay. We're going to do look, the routine that we always do because it's going to help you this to become more and more automatic. So let's just so we're going to start out with let's just see. Because it's a little bit later in the day, we're going to do something a little less dynamic than normal. But it's going to help prepare you to wind down your nervous system. So all we have to do is just follow along with the instructions, and just breathe in when it shows us to do so, then exhale when it doesn't. And we're going to do it quite for a while. And it's going to change your brainwave state pretty quickly, which is awesome.
And will this be in your video, dear?
What's that?
Will this be in your video?
He's recording it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all recorded. I'll send you all the recorded exercises or all of the recorded videos. I'm making a playlist, so they're all going to be compiled together.
Thank you. That's nice.
Once YouTube decides to give me,
Mr. Brody, do you like to go? Do you go floating? Have you ever been floating?
depends what you mean by that.
A boat on like a canoe or a kayak on a river.
Oh yeah.
What's the furthest you've gone?
Uh, Not very far. I mean, I just
Have you ever heard of the Current River?
what?
Probably not because he's in Colorado.
No, he's in Missouri. He's in Springfield.
No, he's not in Missouri.
He's here.
No, honey, he's not.
Uh-huh.
He's in, Brody, where are you?
I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
have you ever back in Missouri? There's a river called the Current River.
Uh-huh.
I've floated 65 miles 4 different times in 4 different days during a camp out. Like you float, camp, and you float again the next day.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
No. Not if you don't wear sunscreen.
Well, no, awesome that you did it. Not awesome that you probably got.
Felt the wrath of the sun the hard way.
But right here, it's gonna be very relaxing, and it's gonna if you're gonna find out and just be aware of how that changes how you feel before we start and then after. Just be mindful of that.
Welcome to Take a Deep Breath.
Let's see here.
Well, the recommendation for
Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
Exhale.
Breathe through your mouth like you're kind of blowing out of a straw. Imagine that. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing out of a straw. Inhale. Exhale.
Mr. Brody, who was Tammy?
You know, I'm not sure.
She has a hurricane named after her.
It sounds like a tough lady.
And how
Doing great. Awesome.
What were you doing during 2001?
Switch over to something called NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. Very scientific, but he's gonna help explain it better than I can.
Protocol. Welcome to this 10-minute non-sleep deep rest protocol. Non-sleep deep rest is a powerful tool that can allow you to control the relaxation state of your nervous system and your overall state of mind. It takes advantage of the fact that specific forms of breathing place us into a state of deep relaxation by slowing our heart rate down. It also takes advantage of the fact that we can control our perception, that is, which sensations we are focused on. And by doing so, we can shift our brain state from thinking, from stress, from planning, from anticipation of any kind, positive or negative, to one of pure sensation and deep relaxation. You'll want to do this protocol seated or lying down. So if you're not already seated or lying down, please do so now. You'll also want to close your eyes. So if your eyes aren't already closed, please.
Brody,
Yes, sir.
we get disconnected is because my iPad has 1% battery. It had 4% when we started, but now it's down to 1.
Okay, so what's the plan then?
I don't know. I'm not. I graduated high school with Stan. No, I didn't. His name is Chase.
Plan.
bad. I don't know.
What's the strategy then?
I have call you back when my iPad's charged up.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No way that you can can't plug it in?
It is plugged in.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to have to call it a day. What I want you to do, I'm going to send you this exercise via text. Please not please, I'm not going to beg you, but no, do this exercise after we end our conversation.
Yes.
Only 10 minutes. It's going to help remember how closely linked memory and focus are with breathing, with how the way that we breathe. And I love it because these things are starting to get through to you more and more, the more that we repeat it. And I also have the other homework, start your day or end your night with the happy day visualization for 5 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Miller.
Deal. We'll shake on it.
Good doing business with you. Good doing business with you.
Likewise. And I'll send you this. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Ta-ta. Toodaloo. That's a lot. See you later.